It is game 3 of 3 here on day 5 of the California Winter League. I'm Evan Patoka alongside Brandon Januska. And Brandon, it's going to be hard for either of these teams to match the pitching performance we saw last game.
Yeah, that was an exceptional game. Tino Novas and Clayton Warner for the Power and Blue Sox, respectively, each going deep into the ball game. Novas 5 2/3, allowing just 1 run unearned, and Clayton Warner, the tough luck loser in that one, going the full 7, allowing 2 runs, one of them earned, but taking the loss in what was a 2-1 power victory over the Blue Sox in the early game.
It'll be the third game between the British Columbia Bombers and the Canada A's. The Bombers' last game was a 10-2 loss versus Team China that brought their record to 0-3. On the Canada A's side, they took a loss versus the Palm Springs Power, who we just saw get their third win earlier today. Let's take a look at the lineups for today. For the British Columbia Bombers, starting off playing shortstop, it'll be Eddie Javier Jr. Batting in the 2 spot at first base, it'll be Nolan Machabrota. Batting third, designated hitter Howie Hatton. In the cleanup spot, it'll be center fielder Jaden Brown. Doriel Beck takes the 5 spot, playing in left field. Michael Sims batting 6th, playing second base. Davis Druick, the lefty, in right field, batting 7th. Si Young Kim, the third baseman, will be batting 8th. And in the 9 hole, the catcher Caden Chichura. On the mound, Nick Escalera, new pitcher for the British Columbia Bombers. We haven't seen him quite yet. On the Canada A's side, leading off in right field, it will be Tyler Fugg. Batting second at second base, number 18, Grayson Muller. Shortstop Jorge Colon will be batting third, and the designated hitter Kevin James will be in the cleanup spot. Stan King at first will be batting 5th. Sam Ruda at third base is batting 6th. Dane Simon in center field batting 7th. Matthew Warren in left field batting 8th. And in the 9 hole, it'll be catcher Matthew Ward. Starting pitcher for the Canada A's, Ethan Smith.
Yeah, these two teams both on opposite sides of the spectrum in terms of the standings right now. Still early in the year. The Bombers still looking for that first win. Still the goose egg in the spot. It looked like they had a chance yesterday early on, but that's the way games have gone so far for the Bombers. They keep it tight in the early going. They just haven't been able to play a full 7 innings. The back half has really bit them.
Yeah, and for the Bombers, they were keeping it competitive with Team China for a little bit, but it was a monster 9-run inning from that Chinese offense that really brought the hammer down on the Bombers, causing them to go 0-3. They're still seeking their first win, but when we come back, we will be ready for first pitch from the California Winter League. We are just about ready to go here on a rare, cold and chilly, windy Monday afternoon here in Palm Springs. Ethan Smith toes the rubber, getting ready to do his warm-ups. He'll be facing off against Eddie Javier Jr., the shortstop, Nolan Machibroda, the lefty first baseman, and Howie Hatton, the DH, to start off this top of the first inning. Your takeaways from Ethan Smith after his first start a couple days ago.
It was a great start. He allowed just one hit over 2 innings. His last appearance, 2 strikeouts in those 2 innings, no walks. So a sparkling 0 ERA through his first outing out there. Again, just 2 innings, but allowed just that 1 hit. So looking to see a lot more of that here now with him getting his first start of the season. That last one was out of the bullpen.
As we said earlier, he'll be facing off against Nick Escalera out of Bethany College. Nick, first day on the job here, joining the Bombers. Don't really know what to expect from him. He is a new acquisition for the Bombers, but he's looking to give the Bombers their first win after starting off 0-3. Be a tough task, as we said. Ethan Smith, a very good pitcher so far in the early going.
Yeah, it's been a tough time for Bombers pitchers so far in the early part of this season, especially the latter half of games, as we mentioned earlier on. A lot of the games that are tight in the early innings, and then really it's been the one big inning that has really hurt this team. We mentioned the 9 spot put up in the 4th inning by Team China yesterday. That was the difference in the ball game, a 10-2 final.
Yeah, and Team China, as we've seen, one of the favorites in this league, put up a 9 spot against the Bombers. Their offense went relatively wild in that 9-run inning, but the pitching as well, giving up a few walks and a few hit batsmen en route to that 10-2 loss. Let's take a look at the other games we had. Of course, we talked about the power win 2-1. That was a pitching masterclass where we saw multiple pitchers go 6 innings, but also we had a turf field game where the Palm Springs Chill would win 13-3 over the Alberta Grizzly, leading the Chill to rise to 2-2. The Grizzly would fall to 1-3, but we are just about to get started here in Game 3 of 3 here on this, as we said, chilly Monday afternoon. We said it was about 40. Some really, really light sprinkles before the matchup. Nothing that would impact this game too heavily. But we have had a lot of overcast, a lot of cloudage over the stadium, so I have to see if it starts raining at some point in this one.
Yeah, we'll keep everyone updated on the weather situation as this one goes on.
Just about to get ready here. Eddie Javier Jr. will step up. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. So Eddie Javier Jr. 2 for 4 in that loss to Team China. Swings through that one for strike 2. Sorry, ball 1.
Yeah, for Javier Jr., he's having a great start to the season. Him 429 through his first 3 games. He's 3 for 7 at the plate overall.
Another one inside, and it's 2-1.
He's been a spark at the top of the lineup for the Bombers, typically playing and hitting out of the leadoff spot.
Ethan Smith looks, kicks, deals the 2-1. Popped up, left side, under it is Matthew Warren. He'll make the catch for the first out. It'll be Nolan Machibroda, who we saw pitch in the last game versus the Bombers. He threw 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 1. He's been pretty good on the mound for the Bombers.
Yeah, he has a 2-way player. Gets the start at first base in this one. He's been good on both sides of the ball, really. He's been great on the mound, and he's been good at the plate as well. 1 for 4 yesterday with a double.
First pitch is just a little outside for ball 1.
Machibroda, a powerful left-handed bat for the Bombers.
1-0. Outside, about in the same place for Smith, but it's ball 2. Machibroda pitched those 2 innings and was hitting for himself. He went 1 for 4 with a run scored, hitting in that 2 spot just like he is today. Here is the 2-0. Swings through that one for strike one.
Be big for the Bombers to be able to strike an early lead in one of these games.
2-1 from Smith. That's opposite field into left field, a base hit. Warren chases it down, and it'll hold Macabroda to a single.
Nice job by Macabroda going the other way with it. Not trying to do too much, just shoot it out into left field. And then nice job defensively by Warren to cut that off and get the ball in quickly and hold it to just a single.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of pull hits for Macabroda. That one goes the opposite way, and it didn't seem like the defensive alignment was really ready for it, but it was a nice cutoff from Matthew Warren, who's busy early on here in this one, as Howie Hatton, the DH, will step in with a man on first, 1 out. First pitch from Smith. Breaking ball in there for strike one.
Hatton leads the way for the Bombers. 4 hits on the season. And 444 coming in. 4 for 9. The double, a run scored, and 1 driven in.
0-1 to Hatton. A little high for ball one. Howie Hatton, 2 of those hits were in that game versus China. He did end up scoring a run. So him and Macabroda scored the only 2 runs the Bombers would score in that loss to China. 1-1, 1 out. Runner on first. The pitch from Smith is in there for strike 2.
That was a nice placement of that pitch right at the knees. Not a whole lot that Hatton would be able to do with it, so he lets it go.
1-2 on Howie Hatton. Macabroda, the opposite field single. He's on first. Not too big of a lead, still being held on there by Stan King, as Smith kicks and deals the 1-2. Fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again.
He timed that pitch up well, just swung a little bit underneath.
Jaden Brown, the on-deck hitter, reaches to get that ball from the screen. It'll be Jaden Brown, and then Doriel Beck, the left fielder, coming up next here against Ethan Smith. 1-2. Breaking ball, got him. Froze Hatton, and that's the second out. Strikeout looking for Howie Hatton, leaves Macabroda on first. And there's 2 outs now for Jaden Brown.
And nice bender from Ethan Smith to get the punch out looking. Smith features a fastball, sinker, changeup, and slider in his arsenal.
Jaden Brown came in as a pinch hitter, but struck out against China in his last appearance. Now in the 4 spot here, first pitch swings right through it for strike 1.
This is what we expect to see out of Ethan Smith, just coming right after these hitters. Try to overpower them.
0-1, 2 outs. Macabroda still on first. The pitch grounded softly to third. It'll be picked up by Sam Ruda. Throws the first in time, and that'll do it. So the hit from Macabroda leads to nothing as we head to the bottom of the first. No score.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including 1 mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom of the first, and it'll be Nick Escalera looking to trade zeros with Ethan Smith. Nick Escalera, as we said, his first day here in the league. Doing a little bit of research on him, he spent a few years with the Tucson Saguaros in the Pecos League, and he's also played at College of the Desert.
Yeah, he was with the Saguaros in 2020 when they were the champions of the Pecos League.
Tyler Fogue, the leadoff hitter, will stand in. First pitch a little low for ball one. Tyler Fogue hitting in the 9 spot last game versus the Palm Springs Power. Went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. So that one's inside for ball 2. Fogue 1 for 6 on the season. 166 average, but the one hit scored 2, so he has 2 RBIs on his resume. That one just outside. Could have been a 50-50, called a ball. And it is a early 3-0 count for Escalera. That one misses just outside as well, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Tyler Fogue.
Yeah, just not getting those borderline calls was Escalera. He was close on a lot of those pitches. He'll have to adjust and get a little more of the plate to get the call.
So another lefty coming in, Grayson Muller. 2 lefties at the top of the lineup for Paul Nochi's A's. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1.
Escalera, a very quick worker. He gets the ball back and basically goes right to work.
1-0, Fogue on first. Looks like he's going to go. He will, and it's fouled back. Fogue will have to go back to first. He got a really good jump on that one.
Yeah, he had second base easily. I don't even know if Chichura would have even bothered to throw down to second on that one. A huge jump. So the Bombers bailed out a bit by the foul ball.
Muller 3 for 7 on the season, 3 RBIs, 428 average in 7 ABs. Fogue now a threat on the base paths after going on that foul ball, but an 0-2 to Muller. Fouls that one back, and he stays alive, still 0-2.
A little bit late, it looked like, on that swing. Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Escalera winds and deals. A little low for ball 1. So it'll be Muller, Cologne, Kevin James, the designated hitter, to be up against Escalera here in this first inning. 1-2. High and outside, and it's 2-2.
We haven't seen Fogue try to take off again since that first one was fouled, but he takes a pretty good lead and an even better secondary.
The secondary was what got him to second so quickly. That one's popped up foul. Looks like it's going to go out of play. Not in reach for Chichura, and that will stay 2-2.
As at bat so far, Muller hasn't been able to square anything up, but he's fought off some pitches. Continuing to work the count from 0-2 now to 2-2.
2-2. Grounder to second, Sims bobbles it, can't go to second, makes the easy throw to first, and that's the first out. Sims bobbles it, Could have been a double play to get Fogue at second, but he will be in scoring position here with 1 out for Jorge Colon.
Yeah, we've already seen the speed of Fogue, so Sims knew he didn't have a lot of time to be able to make that play. Tried to rush it just a bit, and that caused the bobble, but still able to get the put out at first base.
First pitch here to Colon is in the dirt for ball 1. Escalera making a lot of looks back to Fogue at second. No one really close to second, though, trying to cover him.
Now Sims creeps over just a little bit.
Swings through that one for strike 1. And a quick correction, it looks like Caden Chichura isn't in the lineup today. It will actually be Jed Downham. Making the last-minute switch is Aaron Miles to Downham, who is a new addition to the Bombers. That's through into center field, a base hit. Fogue rounds third. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single and a quick 1-0 lead for the Canada A's.
Nice piece of hitting right there by Jorge Colon. He picks up his second RBI of the young season, his 4th hit of the year as well. He's now 4 for 10 overall.
Kevin James will look to keep it up with Jorge Colon on first after the RBI single, still 1 out. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Kevin James batting .500, just 2 at-bats, 1 for 2.
Inside for ball 2. And Colon, just like Fogue, taking a really big lead off of first. Another threat on the base pass that Escalera will have to deal with.
It's an A's team that likes
There he
to
goes.
run.
Throw to second from Downham. 1 hops, but he's in there safely.
And we see it immediately. Kevin James, that's just his 2nd of the young season, but there are a couple of other players in this lineup who really like to go. Francis not in the lineup today, has 3 stolen bases, and Matthew Warren at the bottom of the order with 4 already.
Aggressive base running. Colon looking, might steal third again. That one's in the dirt. And it is a 4-pitch walk for Kevin James. That'll bring up Sam King, the 3rd lefty in this lineup. A lot of lefties Paul Nochi is going for in this lineup versus the righty Escalera. Sam Ruda being one of them. He's up next if Sam King doesn't ground into a double play here. First pitch to Stan King is just a little outside for ball 1.
Stan King playing in his 4th game of the year for the A's.
In there for strike 1, 1-1, with still only 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Stan King 2 for 10 on the season, looking for his first RBI. If he can get a knock, try to score that run from second.
Escalera steps off. Colon and Kevin James will have to go back to their respective bases. Colon the single stolen base. Kevin James the 4-pitch walk. And now Stan King looking to extend the lead here for the A's. Into right field, a base hit. Colon has speed. He'll round third, score easily. Kevin James into third, back pick to first, and they got him. They catch Stan King sleeping on first. He does get the RBI, but there are 2 outs here with a man on third for Sam Ruda.
Yeah, give an RBI single to Stan King as he was going back to first, that they have the 9-3 put out. So that's the first RBI of the year for King. And the 2nd run of the inning for the A's.
2-0 bottom first. Still a man on third here for Sam Ruda, who swings through the first one. So a good piece of hitting from Stan King. Just not able to get back to the bag in time. Machabrota tags him out. And a big second out here for Escalera and the Bombers defense. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Here comes Kevin James home, and he'll score the 3rd A's run.
That pitch low and in on the left-handed hitting Ruda, and yeah, just kicked away off to the first base side. And easily coming in to score was James.
Bases are now cleared. 3 runners coming in to score here in this first inning. A quick 3-0 deficit for the Bombers after the pass ball by Jed Downham. Here's the 1-1 to Sam Ruda, high and outside for ball 2.
This is an A's team that can really rack up the runs. A lot of good hitters up and down the lineup. A lot of hits overall for this team in the young season.
Outside for ball 3. We've seen a lot of 3-ball counts for Sam Ruda. He has 5 walks on the season already through the first 3 games for the Canada A's. Popped up, foul ground, playable for the third baseman, Kim. Under it, and he drops it. Just dropped by Kim, and will do it again, full count. Kim called it. Looks like he was going to have it. Just slips out of the glove. Luckily in foul territory, so we'll do it again at 3-2.
Yeah, that's a ball that has to be caught. Likely give an error to Kim, even though it was in foul territory. Had plenty of hang time for him to get underneath.
3-2. Drilled foul. Off to the right, out of play. That was a really well-hit ball from Ruda. He just got in front of it.
Yeah, that one hopped over the fence down the right field line. Just a touch out in front. Otherwise, you're looking at least off the wall.
Ruda showing his power. Just needs to hit it fair. Another 3-2 from Escalera is down and in, and that's the 6th walk of the season for Sam Ruda. And the third walk this inning for Escalera.
Yeah, Ruda, a very patient hitter, and I mean, he finds ways to get on base no matter what. You mentioned all the walks. He also is hitting .429 on the year, so he's a guy who just gets on base almost every time he comes up.
Yeah, Ruda, one of the better hitters in this lineup, a 3 for 7. As you said, a .428 average, as it'll be a dribbler back to Escalera for Dane Simon. A quick toss to first, and that will be the 3rd out. But 3 runs will come in for the A's in the bottom of the first. They lead it 3-0, heading to the top of the 2nd.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Dorial Beck, the former KBO Tiger, will be leading off here against Ethan Smith in the top of the 2nd inning. It'll be Sims and Druick the follow. Either any of them get on, it'll be Si-Yeon Kim, the 3rd baseman, batting 4th here in the bottom of the 2nd versus Ethan Smith, who had a relatively good first inning of work.
Yeah, just gave up the one single to Nolan Mactabaroda. Other than that, unscathed.
Beck steps in from the left side. The first pitch from Smith is just outside for ball 1. One 0 from Smith. Breaking ball just low for ball 2. Beck 2 for 5, hitting at a 400 in his minimal ABs here for the Bombers. Gets the start in left field, batting in the 5th spot. Ethan Smith, the 2-0. That's grounded to the third, past Ruda. Colon gets it, throw to first, is in time to get Beck. So it just squeaks by Ruda. Colon's able to grab it, make a nice throw to first. Barely able to get Beck by about half a step, and it's the first out.
Yeah, that play was incredibly close at first. Colon had to hesitate a moment as Ruda was coming in front of him. Tried to make the shorter pick and cut it off, but it got through. And then Colon had to make sure he didn't hit his teammate who was running in front.
Michael Sims stands in. Second baseman batting 6th here with 1 out. First pitch from Smith swings through that one for strike 1.
Big cut from Michael Sims. He just came up empty.
Ethan Smith, Vanderbilt, and Tennessee played for them in college. That's grounded to second. Moeller, easy throw to first, and that's the second out.
Yeah, nice job by Smith, and that's what we expect to see. A pitcher of his caliber out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. You mentioned pitch for Vanderbilt. Anyone that has something like that, SEC on their resume, you expect great things.
Definitely Ethan Smith has done good in the early going of this season. Davis Drueck will stand in, take it just outside for ball 1.
He has the interesting delivery, kind of double pumps with the leg as he brings it up. His front leg goes up and then down and then up again before the delivery.
That's into right center field, a base hit for Davis Drueck. So hits it right in between Fogue and Simon in left center or right center field. And it's the second hit of the game for the Bombers. Si-Yun Kim from Gyeonggi, South Korea, played for the Goyang Winners in Korea Indie Ball and was here last year with the now defunct Oregon Lumberjacks. The 8th team out, as one would call them. Drueck on first, 2 outs. First pitch to Kim. Just outside, almost swung at it. Holds back, and it's ball 1.
Kim has had limited at-bats as well. 1 for 4 so far on the year for the Bombers.
Smith kicks and deals, swings through that one, and it's 1-1.
Came in as a reserve in yesterday's game against China, was able to draw a walk.
Drueck not too far of a lead on first. Covered over there by Stan King. 1-1 to Kim. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Nice breaking ball on the outside edge. And now Kim falls behind.
It's really hard when you fall behind against a pitcher like Ethan Smith, all the pitches he has at his disposal.
High for ball 2. 2-2, 2 outs. A 3-0 game here in the top of the second. Smith shakes off. Matthew Ward has his pitch, looks back to first. Kicks and deals the 2-2. High and inside for ball 3. And now Davis Drueck will be going at first. 3-2, 2 outs.
Shook off a couple of signs, and then it looked like maybe went with the fastball. Just didn't quite have the right release point there, went up and in.
So now Stan King off of first, knowing Drueck will go on this pitch. Swing and a miss, gets by Ward. He's going to make the throw to first and get Kim. So a strikeout for Ethan Smith. We head to the bottom of the second still, 3-0 A's.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Nick Escalera coming out for his second inning of work. He walked 3, gave up 2 hits and 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and that's the deficit in this game. It's a 3-0 lead for the Canada A's. It'll be 8-9-1. Both Matthew W's, Matthew Warren, Matthew Ward to be leading it off here. And then the top of the lineup, Tyler Fogue. He gets on. It'll be Grayson Moeller. So 3 of the next 4 batters will be lefties in this lineup to face Escalera.
Yeah, so we'll see how he fares against all the lefties and going back through the order a second time once it rolls back over. So far, the lefties have done the damage. 3 of the 4 of them that he's faced so far have reached.
Tyler Fogue with the walk. Stan King with a single. Sam Ruda also with a walk, his 6th of the season. And now the 5th and final lefty in this lineup, Matthew Warren, set to go against Escalera here in the second inning. First pitch just misses for ball 1.
And that's frustrating for a pitcher when you're just nibbling, trying to get that edge, and Escalera just hasn't gotten the calls.
1-0 swings through that one. Doesn't need a call if he swings through it, and it's strike 1. But yeah, Escalera definitely not really getting those calls that are just missing on that outside corner. Been one of the reasons he's walked 3 guys already. 1-1 in the dirt, and it's ball 2.
Yeah, most of his misses haven't been too far off. Yeah, just trying to nibble the zone, paint the corners, and yeah, just missing.
2-1. High 4, ball 3. Matthew Warren from Cocoa, Florida, the 25-year-old, played at Florida Southern, South Georgia State, and Palm Beach Atlantic University. 3-1. Looks to be ball 4. No one knows it, though. Now Warren takes the pads off, throws the bat, and heads to first.
Yeah, Warren wasn't quite sure what the count was, but he's informed that was ball 4. He can go to first.
4th walk of the day for Escalera. And now Warren, a speedster, you said he had 4 stolen bases so far in the early season. So he is a threat, being covered on first by Macabrota. But it'll be Matthew Ward stepping in, taking inside for ball 1.
Yeah, Warren 4 for 4, has not been caught yet.
Grounded foul down the left field line.
We started to talk about a little bit on the first. The A's are just a team that know how to get on base. 308 is their team batting average. Their on-base percentage at .471. That's as a team.
Warren goes. Breaking ball. High throw from Downham, and Warren's now 5 for 5.
It helps when you're able to get on base as much as the Canada A's do, to be able to then move yourself over, get that extra 90 feet, and Warren does so. 5 for 5 on stolen bases. He's in scoring position.
With his speed, And the big outfield, anything hit into the outfield might be able to tag him up to third. 1-2 to Ward in the dirt for ball 2.
That was good awareness as well by Matthew Ward on the previous pitch. Knowing that his teammate's running, he only had 1 strikeout on him, so he was willing to take that strike and get his teammate in scoring position.
2-2 swings through that one for strike 3, a big first out, and the first strikeout of the day for Escalera. Tyler Fogue comes back up. He walked in the last inning, ended up coming around to score the first A's run. Now is a chance to bring them to a 4-0 lead with Warren at second and 1 out. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Fogue has not seen a strike yet. It was a 4-pitch walk in his plate appearance back in the first.
Throw back to second. Warren gets there safely, hits off the base. Scoots away a little bit, but no advance. Saw the shortstop Eddie Javier Jr. kind of maneuvering over towards that bag.
Yeah, with the left-handed hitter, you'll pull the middle infielder from that left side. Keep the pull side fielder in place.
3-0. Or 2-0 now, 3-0.
I believe it's only 2-0 at the moment.
Fogue, the 2-0. Swings through that one, and it's 2-1. Got the correct count now. Seems like everyone's forgetting the count.
It's complicated when they start throwing to the bases. You think there was a pitch, but you didn't come home.
Happens to the best of us. Swings through that one is Fogue for strike 2, and it's 2-2. Fogue looking for his second hit of the season. 2-2 again, swings through that one, and it's a second straight strikeout for Escalera.
That's got to be a good confidence boost for Escalera getting these first 2 punch-outs on his day after the rough first inning to bounce back. So far, a good second.
Grayson Muller steps in for his second AB, grounded into a fielder's choice. In there for strike 1. Michael Sims tried to get the double play, get Fogue at second, bobbled it a little bit, was able to get Muller out at first in the first inning. Back up for his second AB, now down 0-1. Popped up, infield side, Si-Yun Kim looking to get some revenge, and he does make that one. And that's the third out. We head to the top of the third, still 3-0 A's.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Ethan Smith having thrown 2 zeros in his first 2 innings. Now back out for his third inning of work. Will face Jed Downham, the catcher, in the 9-hole for his first AB. Then it'll be top of the lineup, Eddie Javier Jr. and Nolan Macabroda finish out the top 3 in this top of the third inning. The Bombers down 3, looking to get something done on the offensive side of the ball. Ethan Smith has shut them down throughout 2.
Downham, one of the newcomers to the Bombers, played for his first game yesterday against China.
First pitch just misses outside for ball 1.
He was 0 for 1, flew out to right field, but he was robbed. A diving play near the foul line by Yu Yang of Team China.
That one's in there for a strike. Seems to be really playing with that outside corner. Got 1 to go his way. And it's 1-1 here to Downham.
Overall on the season, though, Downham has played in all 4 games.
In the dirt for ball 2. Oh, in the dirt for ball 2. Smith kicks in, deals to Downham. Outside, and it's ball 3.
See if Downham gets a pitch to hit with a 3-1 count.
Downham again with the neon blue gloves. 3-1. Fouls it back, and it's a full count. Downham from Fort Wayne, Indiana, 23 years old, played at Anderson University. 308 ABs, 83 hits. Was a sports marketing major. But now he sits in Palm Springs in a 3-2 from Ethan Smith. Swing and a miss, Ethan Smith. His third strikeout of the day. And back to the top of the order we go. It's Eddie Javier Jr. who flew out to the left fielder Warren in his first AB.
Yeah, just a pair of singles given up by Ethan Smith the first time through the order. We'll see how he fares a second time around.
First pitch to Javier, breaking ball in there for strike 1. Oh, another breaking ball, but that one just misses outside, and it's 1-1 with 1 out.
I love the composure and just the intelligence of Ethan Smith. He knows exactly what he wants every time he gets the ball back, shaking off a couple of signs until he gets exactly what he wants to throw.
1-1, check swing, and he did go. It's 1-2. Eddie Javier Jr., 3 for 7. As we said, 428 average, a very good leadoff hitter here for the Bombers. Time is called, and we will do it again, 1-2.
Javier just wanted a moment, recompose himself before this next offering.
1-2, once again. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. He freezes Javier, his 4th strikeout, 3rd in a row. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd.
What a great pitch. Absolutely nothing Eddie Javier Jr. could do with that one. It just got back over the plate on the inside edge.
Nolan Macabroda, one of the 2 Bombers hits so far in this one. The other one coming to Davis Drueck. First pitch from him in his second AB is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of hitting by Macabroda back in the first inning. Shot the ball the other way to left field.
Oh, 1, just high, and it's 1-1. Be Howie Hatton on deck, who struck out looking for Ethan Smith's first strikeout. He now has 4 after striking out Kim Downham and Javier Back to back to back. Here's the 1-1 to Macabrota. Breaking ball swings through that one, and it's strike 2.
Ethan Smith just has so many pitches that he can control and pull out at any moment. We've seen that already just this inning. A couple of strikeouts already.
1-2 with 2 outs. Popped up foul. Doesn't look like it's playable. It'll get out of play into the A's dugout.
Ward hustled over to try to see if he could make a play on that ball. It fell into the dugout.
Some good hustling from the Canada A's catcher. Do it again at 1-2 as Macabrota gives Matthew Ward his mask back. 1-2, 2 outs. Bombers looking to get something going here in the top of the third, down 3. Smith kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Ethan Smith, his 5th strikeout. He strikes out the side, and we're heading to the bottom of the third. The Canada A's looking to extend their lead. It's 3-0. Ethan Smith strikes out the side. Downham, Javier Jr., Macabrota all go down by way of the K. It's innings like those as to why Ethan Smith was offered a contract by the Lake Erie Crushers and manager Jared Lemieux.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the stuff to play pro ball. That's why everyone's out here to try to get contracts. We've seen it already from Ethan Smith.
First pitch to leadoff hitter Jorge Colon is fouled back to the screen for strike 1.
Colon had an RBI single his first time up. Eventually came around to score himself.
Swings through that one, about a 3/4 swing, and it's 0-2 early. We've seen Escalera throwing a bit faster than most here in the CWL. The 0-2 is high for ball 1.
Yeah, and he's done well. He hasn't given up much contact so far. It's really just the walks that have hurt him so far. The 3 runs for the A's on just 2 hits.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Jorge Colon strikes out. That's the 3rd K of the day for Escalera, and there's 1 out.
The 3rd K and 3 of the last 4 batters for Escalera as he's heating up as this game goes on.
First pitch to Kevin James. Just misses for ball 1. Yeah, we've seen 7 of the last 8 batters all striking out. Grounded to short. Javier Jr. makes the throw to first easily, and that's the 2nd out. Quick 2 outs for Escalera here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that's what you want to do typically as an offense. You want to jump on the pitcher right from the get-go, because a lot of times, especially starting pitchers, once you let them settle in, it's really hard to get to them.
Stan King stands in Base hit, RBI single in his first AB, was able to get back picked off of first by Macabroda. First pitch swinging, popped up short left field, and it'll be ran down by Javier Jr. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Escalera. We'll head to the fourth. A's still up 3-0. Ethan Smith did his job for the first 3 innings. Now, Paul Nochi will move it on to Anthony Silas, the new pitcher from the left side for the Canada A's.
Yeah, great performance out there by Ethan Smith. As you said, both pitchers really settled in, both starters, Smith and Escalera. These last couple of innings, they've just mowed down the hitters they've seen, especially this second time through the order.
Yeah, we saw 2 straight 1-2-3 innings in the top and bottom halves of the third, but now it will be Silas to face off against Howie Hatton, Jaden Brown, and Duriel Beck, 3-4-5 men in the lineup. Any of them get on, it'll be Michael Sims. First up, Howie Hatton here against the new pitcher Silas. Hatton struck out looking for Ethan Smith's first strikeout of 5. He would have in his outing. Now faces Silas here in top of the 4th.
Second appearance for Silas on the season, through an inning in his first game.
That's crushed. First pitch by Hatton, deep to left field, but Warren, speedy out there in the outfield, will make the grab for the first out.
Just as he was getting back toward the warning track, able to track that one down, and you said it, Hatton was all over that one, just got under it a touch.
Yeah, a deep flyout, still a great piece of hitting from Howie Hatton. Got all of that one. Just wasn't able to get it far enough for the speedy Warren out in left field, as it'll be Jaden Brown stepping in, takes the first pitch in for strike 1. Jaden Brown in his first AB, grounded out to the third baseman, Ruda, for the third out of the first inning, as that one's fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2.
Silas, in that 1 inning he's thrown so far, allowed just 1 run on 1 hit. He did walk a pair.
0-2 is another drive into left field. Warren's busy out there. This one's a little easier for him as he's under it. He'll make the catch for the second out.
Yeah, that one had plenty of hang time. A high fly ball into left. And Warren able to camp under it with plenty of time.
We will see the first lefty-lefty matchup for Silas, and it'll be against Doriel Beck, who grounded out to short on a ground ball that went past Ruda. Cologne was able to grab it, quickly make the throw, just beat out Beck by about half a step in the second inning. First pitch is low for ball 1.
Backed him up a little bit on that first offering. Tried to go off speed, and it just never came back.
That one one's outside for ball 2. Silas still in his first inning of work, but another reliever in the bullpen. It'll be Donnie Goods. 2-0 to Beck. Into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Fogue stays back on it, and it drops in for a single with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Action in both bullpens right now. Mandala Bertino getting loose for the Bombers.
Haven't seen Bertino since opening day. But now with a man on first, it'll be Michael Sims. The second baseman grounded out to second in his first AB in the second inning. Facing off against Silas with a man on first. First pitch is just high for ball 1. One-0 is in there. A little bit of a half swing for Sims, but it's still called a strike anyways, and it's 1-1. Beck's going, swings through it, is Sims. And Beck will take second easily after Ward drops the ball on the pop to second.
It would have been a close play at second base either way, but making it easy with no throws. He just couldn't get the handle getting it from glove to bare hand.
So now 1-2 to Sims. Beck now on second after the stolen base. Soft grounder back to Silas. He's got to make a pretty long throw to first. He gets it there in time to Stan King, and that's the third out. Another 0 on the board for A's pitching. Head to the bottom of the 4th, 3-0. Bottom of the 4th, Nick Escalera back out there after posting a pretty solid 1-2-3 inning. Struck out Jorge Colon for his 3rd strikeout. Got Kevin James to ground out to short. Got Stan King to pop out to short as well. It'll be Sam Ruda, Dane Simon, and Matthew Warren up against Escalera here in the bottom of the 4th. Canada A's trying to extend their lead, still only up 3 after their 3-run first inning. We haven't had anybody score since then.
Yeah, and Escalera has really settled in after that rocky first inning in terms of control. He walked the leadoff man in the 2nd, but then he set down the last 6 he's faced.
First pitch is popped up by Sam Ruda. Second base way, everybody calling, but it's Eddie Javier Jr. to make the catch for the first out.
We've seen a few of those as well, these high pop flies. Plenty of time for guys to camp underneath, but also plenty of times for a collection of players to gather up. That's where the communication has to come in.
And great communication there by Javier, able to make the easy catch. And it is a quick first out now with Dane Simon up. He'll take strike 1. Dane Simon grounded back to Escalera in his first AB to end that wild 3-run first inning as he takes one low for ball 1.
And again, outside of that first inning, Escalera really was just the control that did him in.
A little bit in the dirt, picked up by Downham, but it's ball 2, 2-1.
He's bounced back well since that first.
Grounded to third. It's off the glove of Kim into left field for a base hit. Dane Simon takes a big round off of first. Thought about going 2 for a second, doesn't end up doing it. And now a man on first with 1 out for Matthew Warren.
Yeah, tough play over there for Kim at the hot corner, but a play that he got the full glove on, probably should have made. It looks like they did put an error up there for him in E5.
Warren walked in his first AB, and on the first pitch, Dane Simon runs, and it gets into center field. Simon's going to try for third. Brown, the throw to third is not in time, so 2 quick bags for Dane Simon.
Yeah, give him the stolen base a second, and then he advances on another error as that ball ended up in center field.
Bit of lackluster defense. 3 errors already. Have as many errors as hits do the Bombers, and now Matthew Warren has a man on third with 1 out as he grounds that one to first. Machabroda tags the bag and stops Dane Simon from scoring that 4th run.
And nicely done by Machabroda. He was staring down the runner Simon the entire way. Simon got about a quarter of the way down the line, hit the brakes, and was watching as he backpedaled back to the third base bag, knowing that a throw would come in if he attempted to score.
Looks like a bit of a stoppage right here as Matthew Ward is nowhere to be seen. He's supposed to be next up in the lineup.
Okay, it looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter instead.
Deontay Jackson looks to be putting the batting gloves on and will take his place in the lineup.
Yeah, so just some substitution miscommunication, not knowing who was supposed to be coming into the game. It looks like it will be Jackson getting ready to take this next AB.
It seemed like it was going to be quick and easy. Matthew Ward was going to come back in, take his spot in the 9th place. He struck out in the 2nd inning for Escalera's 2nd strikeout of his outing. But now Deontay Jackson quickly getting the gloves, the helmet, and the bat ready, and it looks like he'll be pinch hitting.
All smiles from Jackson. Excited to make the most of this opportunity. Looking for his first hit of the 2025 Winter League season.
And his first hit here would be a big one. It would score Simon and make it a 4-0 ball game. First pitch from Escalera swings through that one for strike 1.
Big cut from Jackson. We've seen his power already on some foul balls. Just hasn't been able to put it in play yet.
Dane Simon reached on an error from third baseman Kim. Got the stolen base, and then the errant throw from Jed Downham brings him to third. He's there now with 2 outs. Deontay Jackson swings through that one for strike 2.
Couple of big swings from Jackson. See if he chokes up a little or at least shortens the swing. Now with 2 strikes.
Escalera looking to get out of this one with another 0 on the board. Let the offense work. That's grounded to third. Kim has that one. Throws over to first. Dug out by Machabroda, and that's the 3rd out. Another 0 on the board for Escalera. We head to the top of the 5th. 3-0 A's.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good things come in 3s, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
So, in a bit of a weird turn of events, Matthew Ward, after not hitting that last one, Deontay Jackson taking his spot, is still out there for the new pitcher, Donnie Goods, the lefty. Another lefty after Anthony Silas had a scoreless top of the 4th inning. But it'll be Goods facing off against Davis Druek, Si-Yun Kim, and Jed Downham, the 7, 8, and 9 spots in the lineup for the Bombers offense that really needs to put something on the board here to stay in this one.
Yeah, they've done a nice job defensively and pitching-wise. Defensively, it was struggles at times, but pitching, they've been great so far in terms of Escalera bouncing back from that first inning, putting zeros up there ever since. But now the offense has to do its job.
First pitch from Goods in his outing is in the dirt for ball 1 to Davis Druek. Druek has one of the 3 hits from the Bombers. Hit a single in the second. Didn't get anywhere from there as Si-Yun Kim struck out for the 3rd out in that second inning. It's the 1-0 from Goods. That one's in the dirt again for ball 2.
Goods so far has not allowed a run. 3 innings of work. He has 1 start, which he went those 3 innings. 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Again, no runs.
So as we mentioned, Matthew Ward still in the game. Deontay Jackson in the dugout, not out on the field, but did hit for him. So that one is a half swing, was still called a strike anyways for 2-1.
And in the California Winter League, it's a development, it's a showcase, so they're trying to get all these players reps, and that's really what this is all about. It's player development and getting all of these guys seen.
Ball 3 to Druek. Yeah, Deontay Jackson hasn't gotten too much playing time for the Canada A's, so it was definitely nice for him to be able to get at least one AB in this one. He might get another one depending on how Paul Nochi wants to play his lineup. But now the 3-1 from Goods is swung on and missed, and it's a full count. So we see somebody warming up in the Bombers bullpen. It looks like it'll be Jordan Henke, the righty number 8. But now a 3-2 from Goods to Druek is grounded to short. Picked up by Cologne. He'll throw to first, and that'll be the first out. Cologne been busy out there in short. Both shortstop has actually been pretty busy. Javier Jr.'s had his fair share of work. But now it'll be Si-Yun Kim standing in with 1 out.
Kim struck out his first time up, but he was able to work a full count before that.
Donnie Goods winds and deals. First pitch to Si-Yun Kim. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Just a bit outside, and it's 1-1. Jed Downham, the lefty, stands on deck. Made a throwing error in the last inning, causing Dane Simon to go to third. He doesn't end up scoring, though. Stays at 3-0 game. That's in the dirt. Gets past Ward. No damage, though, as its base is empty. 2-1.
For Donnie Goods, another one of those two-way players in the California Winter League. Left-handed pitcher, also listed as an outfielder as his secondary position.
2-1 to Kim. Swings through that one, and it's strike 2. Yeah, we see a lot of two-way players, especially in a developmental league, because if you're looking for a professional contract, you might as well try both and see if one of them works out.
Yeah, teams are all about versatility this day and age of baseball.
Fouled back, and we'll do it again, 2-2.
So the more things you can put on that resume, more positions you can put out there that you've played, have experience with, the better off you'll be.
Kim 2-2, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss. Donnie Goods strikes out Si-Yun Kim, his first strikeout of this appearance. And it's a quick 2 outs now for Jed Downham. Downham struck out in his first appearance in the third. One of the 4 straight strikeouts from Ethan Smith in his 3 innings of work. Stands in now against Donnie Goods and takes one a little high for ball 1.
Yeah, a lot of full counts worked by the bottom of this order. 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Bombers. Each have had a full count.
1-0 is in the dirt, and it'll be ball 2. Seeing some clearance of the clouds out there in center field. Still a lot of darkness we see. Haven't gotten any rain so far, which is a bit lucky.
Now with the bright skies starting to open up, still completely in shadows here at the ballpark.
In there for strike 1.
But it's nice to see the sun in the distance.
Gets a little brighter outside. See some blue for the first time today. Seems like the mountains have caught the rain once again, as that one is a dribbler back to the pitcher, and Donnie Goods overruns it. Jed Downham will get there with a single.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate. Goods thought he had the right angle on it, and the ball just absolutely died on him. Came to a complete stop, so he overran.
So that'll be a base hit for Jed Downham, his first hit of the game. As Donnie Goods, yeah, as you said, misread it. It was a really interesting spin on the ball. It bounces back. And now, man on first. 2 outs for back to the top of the lineup. It's Eddie Javier Jr. Downham playing some mind games at first, but Javier swings through the first one. For strike 1, Javier flew out to the left fielder Warren in his first AB in the first. Struck out looking in the third, looking to get his first hit of the ball game.
Both those ABs came against the starter, Ethan Smith.
In the dirt, ball 1. So we've seen some good defense from Javier at shortstop. See what he can do with the bat from the leadoff spot. Downham dancing off of first. So that's driven into center field. Dane Simon under it, makes the catch. And it is a quick 0 on the board for Donnie Goods. Head to the bottom of the 5th, 3-0 A's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Escalera, after that first inning where he gave up 3 runs on 3 walks, 2 hits, mowed down that Canada A's offense. Not a single hit since then. Just a walk and a reach on air were the only base runners. But now a new pitcher comes in. It's Jordan Henke, and he will be facing Top of the lineup, it'll be Tyler Fogue, Grayson Moeller, and Jorge Colon here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, you mentioned the A's don't have a hit since the first inning. The Bombers actually out-hitting the A's so far, 4-2, but they trail 3-0.
Yeah, the 3 runs on 2 hits for the Canada A's. Just got a little lucky in that first inning and had some good plate discipline, a few walks. But nothing really doing since then. Those 3 runs are all they needed, though, as the pitching has been phenomenal for the A's. Ethan Smith, Anthony Silas, and Donnie Goods, the 3 culprits. As Tyler Fogue, the leadoff man, will stand in. He walked, came around to score in the first inning, struck out swinging in the second, now up here in the top of the 5th. Henke's first pitch is just outside for ball 1. It looks like Henke wearing pants that are a little baggier than usual. Fouled back for strike 1.
Yeah, you see they look almost like parachute pants in a way, a little up and pulled up just a little bit. You can see the socks a little bit. Pulled up to like mid-shin.
Interesting look for him. Tyler Fogue has the pants all the way up to the knees. That's a great breaking ball, and it's in there for strike 2.
What was your look when you, or what is your preferred look, I should say, in terms of a baseball player? Were you a high socks guy?
I was never a high socks guy. I always had the pants down. That's into left field. Going to be right at Doriel Beck, who makes the catch for the first out.
That's typically a pants all the way down as well, although I like the look of the high socks.
I think you really got to be the right type of person to be able to rock the high socks.
Yeah.
And I do not think I was that type of person at all. So, and apparently Grayson Moeller doesn't think so either, as he's rocking the pants all the way down. Now facing Jordan Henke with 1 out, swings through that one for strike 1.
Moeller 0 for 2 on the day. Both of those coming against the starter, Smith.
0-1, that's grounded to second. Gets past Sims into right center field. And we'll see what that's called. It might be an error on Sims. It looks like it will be. 4th error of the game for the Bombers.
Yeah, that was a tough play. It was a play that he definitely could have made. I could go either way on the call, but having a range over, he slid to try to make it. And it just got under.
Quick throw back to first. Moeller gets back there safely. Jorge Colon will be replaced with a pinch hitter. It'll be Daisuke Fukuda stepping in for Colon. Colon finishes the day 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base. Came around to score in the first inning. Struck out in the 3rd, but now Daisuke Fukuda grounds one to 3rd. It'll be picked up. Throw to 2nd for 1. That's all they'll get, though, as Daisuke reaches on the fielder's choice. And it's actually Bubba Thompson there at 3rd instead of Si-Yun Kim. So he was the one that made that play.
Teams starting to make their substitutions defensively, get everyone some playing time.
Quick throw back to first. Fukuda just gets back in time. Bombers bullpen really wanted that one.
Yeah, it was a very close play over there at first.
So 2 outs, runner on first. Jordan Henke's first pitch as Daisuke goes. It's in the dirt, and he doesn't even need to slide. He gets there safely.
Yeah, just an incredible jump after it looked like he was nearly picked off. He takes advantage and goes that extra 90 feet. That's his first stolen base of the year for Fukuda.
Kevin James swings through that one, and it is 1-1. Two outs. Fukuda on second after reaching on the fielder's choice and stealing second. That one is just outside, and it's 2-1.
Kevin James walked back in the first inning, eventually came around to score on a wild pitch from Escalera.
Breaking ball just misses inside, and it's 3-1.
On the verge of possibly drawing another walk.
Kevin James walked in his first AB, nearing his second, grounded out to short in the third. Here's Henke's 3-1 pitch. Just misses inside again, and it's ball 4. Kevin James, his second walk of the day. And it'll be Stan King stepping in with 2 on, 2 outs.
Getting toward the latter half of this ball game. Bombers can't afford to let the A's score anymore. Down by 3 already.
Stan King singled in the first. Popped out to the shortstop Javier Jr. in the third. Or in the fourth. Now back up in the fifth. Takes one in the dirt for ball 1. So the pinch hitter Fukuda. Quick throw back to second. And he barely makes it again.
Couple of close calls already on Fukuda. One at first earlier in the inning, and then that one at second. A nice job by Javier coming over from shortstop to try to get behind him, and almost made the play.
Fukuda walking on thin ice. Still somehow at second, as that one is also in the dirt for ball 2, and Jed Downham looking to talk to his pitcher to calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, the control just disappearing these last 2 plate appearances. The walk on a 3-1 count to Kevin James, and now behind 2-0 already on King.
Fukuda on second. James on first. 2-0 to Stan King is popped up. Javier Jr. and Brown converging, but it'll be Dorial Beck to make the catch for the third out. We head to the top of the 6th inning. And still a shutout for the A's pitching staff, 3-0.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 1999s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Top of the 6th. The Bombers are being shut out here, but it's going to be 2-3-4. Nolan Macabrota, Howie Hatton, and Jaden Brown facing off against Donnie Goods in his second inning of work. There is a pitcher warming up in the Bombers bullpen. It's Sebastian Encarnacion. See if we'll see him, but Jordan Henke gets out of the 2-on, 2-out jam. Leaves them with a 0 on the board. First pitch from Donnie Goods was in there for strike 1 to Macabrota. Downstairs, 4-1 Macabrota, 1 for 8 before this game, but now he's 1 for 2. Has a single in the first and a strikeout in the third. Now in his third AB, first AB against Donnie Goods. 1-1's in the dirt, and it's ball 2.
Yeah, and also first AB against a left-hander today. Of course, both of his first ones coming against Ethan Smith.
Never faced Anthony Sillis. Sillis faced off against Hatton, who was on deck, and then Brown, Beck, and Sims in his 1 inning. Machibroda just missed the cut there, striking out to end the 3rd inning. 2-1 here in the 6th. One's in the dirt for ball 3. Besides the first inning, we haven't seen many walks.
No, the pitchers have really settled in. The bullpens have been great.
3-1. Swings through that one is Machibroda, and it's a full count here with no outs.
We've talked about it a little bit. Escalar walked the first batter he faced in the 2nd inning and then really settled in. Set down 7 in a row after that.
3-2 to Machibroda's inside, and a leadoff walk. Machibroda reaches first for the 2nd time, and it'll be Howie Hatton, the man on first and no outs.
5 of the 6 innings so far, the Bombers have put a runner on base. They just haven't been able to move him home yet.
Yeah, the Bombers still out hitting the Canada A's. As you said, not being able to plate anybody, it's still 3-0. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
They actually haven't had a runner reach third base safely yet in this ball game.
Machibroda not too far of a lead on first. It's in the dirt. Machibroda will get a good jump, though, and he'll take second easily. It's a wild pitch for Donnie Goods. Now a runner in scoring position with no outs.
Yeah, no chance for Ward to do anything. The ball got caught up in the umpire. It popped straight up and then came right back down into the home plate umpire.
Trying to get out of the way, but not able to come close to making the throw to second. Machibroda takes the 90 feet and is into scoring position. The 1-1 to Howie Hatton. Breaking ball just upstairs for ball 2. Jane Brown, Dorial Beck, Michael Sims coming up in this one. Anybody looking to get the Bombers on the board here in the top of the 6th. 2-1, that's grounded to second. Moeller checks the runner, going to third, doesn't throw there, gets the first for the first out, and it'll be Jaden Brown to step in.
Yeah, he took a look. He had plenty of time as he fielded that ball quickly. Looked over at third to see if he had a chance at a play there, then took the safe route knowing it would have been hard to get Machibroda, especially not being a force. You'd have to apply the tag.
Yeah, it was a hard hit ball, but Machibroda was already running, got a really good jump on contact. Moeller just not able to get him at third, gets the runner at first. It's a breaking ball by Goods. It's called a strike to Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown grounded out to third in the first inning, flew out to left field in the 4th, and now takes one outside, and it's 1-1.
That'll be a good time for your first hit of the day if you're Jaden Brown. At least get 1 run home. Chip into that 3-run Canada lead.
First hit of the season, matter of fact, as he swings through that one for strike 2. Machibroda walked, reached second on the wild pitch, goes to third on the 4-3 putout, and is now 90 feet away. The first runner to reach third for the Bombers. That one's in the dirt. Machibroda will head to the plate, and the Bombers are on the board. It's 3-1.
So some wildness allowing the Bombers to get their first run home. Still no hit in this inning. Machibroda reached on a walk and a couple of wild pitches, bring him home.
Still 2-2 to Jaden Brown, but now a 3-1 lead as they have decreased the deficit to 2. Still a lot of work to do, though, as Jaden Brown pops it up to shallow right field. Muller and Fogue. It'll be Fogue to make the catch for the second out. Fogue was running to the dugout, kind of like he thought it was the third out. But he has to go all the way back into the deep depths of the outfield. Still only 2 outs, and it's Dorial Beck standing in. He has a hit in the 4th, grounded out to short in the 2nd. Now stands in here, bases empty. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1.
And the way Fogue came in to make that last catch, it would have been hard for Macabrota to try to score and tag up, so that wild pitch could prove big as it allowed him to score.
In there, and it's a really quick 0-2 for Goods against Beck. Beck were to get on, it'll be Michael Sims, his 3rd at bat. That's outside for ball 1.
Beck has a hit on the day. That came against Silas. Also grounded out back in the 2nd inning against the starter Smith.
The 1-2 to Beck. Inside, just misses, and it's 2-2. Two to Beck. In there for strike 3. Beck knew it. Walks back to the dugout for the 3rd out as Bombers score a run. Still down 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Bottom of the 6th, Jordan Henke only goes 1 inning of work as we have a new pitcher. It's Sebastian Encarnacion. He will be facing Sam Ruda, Dane Simon, and Matthew Warren to start off this bottom of the 6th, facing off against 2 lefties in the first 3 batters. If any of them are to get on, well, we don't really know. Matthew Ward was going to hit the 9 spot. He's still in the game. Deontay Jackson was hit for him last at bat. It's a very interesting turn of events here, so we'll see what happens after that. But for now, it's Ruda, Simon, and Warren.
Yeah, we just roll with the punches. We see it as it plays out in front of us.
See who's up in the on-deck circle when Matthew Warren comes to bat. We saw this last game, but pitcher Chet Robinson is now, again, the temporary first base coach. Sam Ruda stepping in to lead off this bottom of the 6th. Canada A's now only up 2, looking to extend their lead against the new pitcher, Sebastian Encarnacion, as the first pitch by him is down for ball 1.
Yeah, when you have a limited coaching staff, you want to throw some guys out there, keep the coaches in the dugout maybe, and So you throw a player out there to man first base.
Another one down for ball 2. Chet Robinson seems to be the main choice to be out there at first base. Seems like every team kind of has their guy put out there. Even when Chet Robinson was the starter, he came out and still played that first base coach role. Inside for ball 3, and it's a quick 3-0 for Sam Ruda.
Yeah, a lot of it is about who's comfortable with doing the position as well, because not everyone feels safe about giving the green light or having that call.
3-0 swing, breaks the bat, and it's a grounder to second. Sims picks it up, throws a first for the out. A piece of the bat came flying. In foul territory, Sam Ruda, a rare swing on 3-0. We see him usually wait for his pitch, but that one has seemed to be unlucky.
Yeah, just tried to take advantage of the pitch over the plate, and the bat didn't hold up for him.
Dane Simon stands in with 1 out. So that first pitch is in there for strike 1.
Simon 0 for 2 officially on the day. Did reach on an error his last time.
Nice breaking ball, just misses outside, and it's ball 1. So Canada A's still only the 2 hits, a single by Jorge Colon and a single by Stan King. Another nice breaking ball. That one's in there for strike 2. Yeah, Canada A's only 2 hits. Still have the 3-1 lead. A couple of low-scoring affairs here at Palm Springs Stadium today. Popped up foul. Foul ground. Jed Downham under it, and he'll make the running grab for out number 2.
Nice job by Downham to track where that ball was, find it as it's popped up, get out of his crouch, and make the routine catch right around the back screen.
There is a pinch hitter for Matthew Warren. It'll be number 5, Juan Francis, taking his place, still a lefty. So Sebastian Encarnacion will still be facing 2 lefties out of the first 3, but Juan Francis swings, almost takes his helmet off with that swing, and it's strike 1. One to Francis. Nice breaking ball again, and it's in there for strike 2.
Encarnacion showing great movement on his breaking stuff.
One more strike for a clean 1-2-3. Just misses Encarnacion, walking almost near the dugout. He thought he had that one.
He thought he had it, and it was just off the plate. That pitch had some inward movement as well. It was tailing back toward the strike zone. Just didn't break enough.
Down for ball 2. Juan Francis now 2-2, 2 outs. Nobody on. Matthew Warren finishes with a walk and an a ground out to first. Swings at that one into left field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting from Juan Francis. He's going to try for 2. No, he won't. He'll go back. He looked like he was about to go for 2.
He thought about it, especially if Beck would have taken his time getting to the ball and getting it back in. Try to catch the defense sleeping, but they were up to the task. Got the ball back in, the Bombers did, so Francis holds with the single.
And it looks like we will see Matthew Ward back out there for his second AB. So a very weird string of ABs. It was Ward, Jackson, now Ward back out there. He struck out in the second. He hasn't moved from the catcher position all game. But now we know what happened with Deontay Jackson. He just gets the 1 AB, but now Francis on first. 2 outs. So that one's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, not something you'll typically see, but again, just trying to get everyone some ABs. With limited catchers available on some of these rosters as well.
Francis goes. Would have had the stolen base anyways, but it gets way out to the Canada A's dugout, that pitch. Francis Around second, thought about going to third, doesn't end up doing it. And he has the stolen base.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the game, Francis, another one of those guys who likes to run. That's now his fourth. He's 4 for 4 on steal attempts.
So a speedy guy coming in for a speedy guy. As we said, Matthew Warren, his stolen base made him 5 for 5. Juan Francis now 4 for 4 as that one's outside for ball 2.
As a team, the Canada A's came into today 11 for 11 on stolen base attempts.
They know when to run and how to do it. One of the elite base running teams in this league. 2-1, just outside, and it's 3-1. Sebastian Encarnacion's hat coming off fairly frequently when he pitches. He was 1 strike away. He was going towards the dugout, but now faces a 3-1 with a man on second. In there, and it's a full count.
Yeah, you mentioned the hat coming off, maybe just a touch too big, but also that shows the aggressive delivery that he has. He kind of jerks his body toward the first base side at the end of his rotation.
3-2, 2 outs. Juan Francis standing on second. The pitch is in the dirt. And Matthew Ward will take first. 2 on now with 2 outs, and it's the top of the lineup in Tyler Fogue.
And the last thing the Bombers can afford is to give that run right back. You just finally broke through, put a run across, made it a 2-run ball game. You don't want to give that run right back in the bottom half.
Tyler Fogue 0 for 2 with a walk in the first. First pitch here from Encarnacion is in there for strike 1. So we've seen a good amount of good pitching here. A couple low-scoring affairs, the 2-1 game earlier in the day. This one in the bottom of the 6th, only 3-1. So that one's outside for ball 1. Turf Field was a different story, though, 13-3.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those lopsided games as well so far in the early part of the season.
Encarnacion steps back. Gonna do it again here. Juan Francis goes back to second. No movement on first from Matthew Ward as Macabrota is basically in the outfield. Same with Michael Sims. Javier Jr. was close to second, backs up a little as the pitch from Encarnacion. Hat comes off again, but it's high for ball 2.
Yeah, just overthrowing a little bit these last couple of hitters after getting the 2 outs to start off the frame, a single, a walk, and now behind 2-1 on Fogue.
In the dirt, ball 3. Encarnacion losing these last 2 hitters. It's 3-1. Tyler Fogue walks. It'll be bases loaded for Grayson Muller.
Nobody warming up in the pen, but could be a good time for a visit if he loses Fogue.
3-1. Just misses ball 4. The second straight walk for Encarnacion. Fogue to first. Matthew Ward to second. Juan Francis to third. And here comes Aaron Miles. No one warming in the bullpen, so they won't make a change. It's just going to be a normal visit. Pushes all of the infield back. Looks like it'll just be him and his pitcher. Jed Downham even standing back.
And again, it's just a confidence boost. You're trying to settle down your pitcher a little bit. Again, you get the first 2 guys out in the inning, 2 quick outs, and then things just start to fall apart. The single, you thought you were out of the inning. You thought you had the strike 3, and that can really throw off a pitcher. So just settle back in, go back to what was working at the beginning of the inning, and get out of this unscathed.
As mentioned before, Bombers only team still winless in this season. 0-3, down 2, 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Canada A's looking to increase their record to 3-1. Tie them for first with China and the Blue Sox. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
And you know it's a good visit when the first pitch in goes for a strike after a guy's struggled with control these last couple of hitters.
Quick pitching is Encarnacion, and it's working a quick 0-2 to Grayson Muller. Would be big for the Bombers if he can get out of this one without the run. The 0-2, swing and a miss. The entire Bombers bullpen coming out to greet Encarnacion after he gets out of the bases loaded jam. We head to the top of the 7th. Bombers' last chance to keep up with the A's. It's 3-1.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Donnie Goods needs 3 outs to give the Canada A's their 3rd victory. Standing in the way is Michael Sims, Davis Drueck, Si-Yun Kim. Will actually be Bubba Thompson, who was at 3rd in place of Si-Yun Kim. So if any of those 3 get on, Jed Downham, the 9-hitter, will have an at-bat, and then it'll go to the top of the lineup with Eddie Javier Jr. Donnie Goods, a pretty good outing. Made that pun a lot, but he keeps pitching well.
Yeah, 2 innings so far. He's faced 8 of the 9 hitters in the lineup so far. The only one he hasn't faced is Michael Sims, who's going to lead off this inning.
Sims grounded out to second in the second. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. Stands up for his 3rd AB now versus Goods. So the Bombers needing 2 runs to at least bring this to a bottom of the 7th. Try to pitch their way into extra innings. First pitch is outside from Goods to Sims.
And credit to the Bombers pitching. After giving up the 3 runs in the first, they really locked it down from there.
Yeah, just unfortunate that the offense has been a little lackluster when the pitching has been pretty good so far. Sims swinging through that one for strike 1.
Definitely their best pitched game of the year for the Bombers.
In the dirt, and it's 2-1 to Sims.
Not over yet. Get the leadoff man on, and then all of a sudden the tying run's at the plate.
The 2-1 from Goods is in there. A good frame job from Ward, and it's 2-2. Would be big if Sims were to get on here with no outs. Swings through that one, though, and it's strike 3. First out of the top of the 7th. And Donnie Goods continues to deal.
Yeah, a little frustrated with himself. That pitch was up and maybe a bit away as well. Sims was a little over-anxious and could not hold up.
Davis Drueck, the lefty, stands in. He singled in his first AB in the 2nd. Grounded out to short in the 5th inning. Stands here in the 7th with 1 out. Drilled foul down the right field line.
Just a bit out in front, but great swing on that ball.
In the dirt, and it's 1-1 with 1 out. Bubba Thompson stands on deck. Still hasn't had an AB yet, but replaced Kim at third. The 1-1 to Druick. Outside, ball 2. Was a pretty good breaking ball. Just missed outside of the zone, and it's 2-1. Missed outside again, and it's 3-1.
Good opportunity here for Druick. Look for one pitch only. If you get it, rip it. If not, take it either for ball 4 or take it in the zone if you can't do anything with it.
3-1 is high, and Davis Druick gets on. Now it's Bubba Thompson standing in for his first AB. Druick with the walk, and there's a man on. Thompson representing the tying run.
Thompson with a couple of hits on the season so far, 2 for 8 overall. Love to just keep the line moving.
Thompson, a new addition to the Bombers. Now up for his first AB, facing the lefty, Donnie Goods. Davis Druick leads off on first. It's in there for strike 1. Goods looks back to Druick. Held on by Stan King at first. Kicks and deals. Just a little low for ball 1. The Bombers have Ryuya Kato in the bullpen just in case they need him for the bottom of the 7th. Still need those 2 runs. Donnie Goods deals strike 2 to Bubba Thompson.
Chokes up on the bat a little bit, now with 2 strikes.
Goods looking to get the second out here in the top of the 7th. The 1-2 to Thompson. There's a grounder to short. No play at second, but a throw to first. Cologne to King. And there are now 2 outs. A weak dribbler had no chance of getting Druick as second, but a nice quick routine throw to first, and it is all down to Jed Downham.
Downham 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single. He singled his last time up. Have to reach here to keep this game alive.
It's like Paul Torelli.
Actually, yep.
Two-way player. We've talked about these two-way players. Paul Torelli, we saw him pitch in the last game, now hitting, and is the last chance here for the Bombers. First pitch from Goods is outside for ball 1. Paul Torelli throws from the right side, bats from the left. Sorry, that's actually
I believe it's Elijah Dickerson, yeah, for the Bombers.
Looking at the wrong roster. Elijah Dickerson stands in, takes strike 1, and it's 1-1. So Elijah Dickerson, the last chance. 224 is here on this field. Just mistaked one for the other. Happens. Davis Druick on second after the walk. Reaches second after the grounder to Cologne. 2 outs, 1-1 from Goods to Dickerson. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's 1-2. Down to their final strike is the Bombers.
Dickerson on the season has had success. 3 for 7, but he'll have to buckle down now with 2 strikes.
3 runs in the bottom of the first from the A's. A plethora of zeros until the top of the 6th, where the Bombers got one back, but now stand here down 2, looking to end their winless season. Goods, the 1-2, in there for strike 3. The Canada A's win their 3rd game of the season and are atop the standings at 3-1. Donnie Goods finishes off the last 3 innings of work, only giving up 1 run, the only run the Bombers were able to score in this one, and the 3 in the first is all they needed to pick up the victory. The Bombers will fall to 0-4.
And just unfortunate for the Bombers, as the pitching was phenomenal here today. Escalera, Hankey, and Encarnacion all doing their job, and it was just the first inning that came back to bite them.
The Canada A's next game will be tomorrow at 9:30, so they'll be back here bright and early on the turf field, facing off against the Washington Blue Sox. The British Columbia Bombers now fall to 0-4. They'll play Wednesday at 10 at this very field versus Team China. We will be back for a post game right after these messages. So another 3-game stretch is done here at day 5 of the CWL. We saw a lot of good pitching in the first game. 2-1, the Power won over the Blue Sox. We saw a lot of good pitching. Player of the game seems to be Clayton Warner. Got the loss, but is the first pitcher so far this season to go all 7 innings.
Yeah, Clayton Warner did a phenomenal job. Tino Novus on the other side as well has a case for himself. But, yeah, Clayton Warner, it's hard when you take the loss after pitching as well as he did in that early game for the Blue Sox, who fell to the Power by a score of 2-1.
Yeah, and I'm sure even with the loss, Clayton Warner is still smiling. You know, he was getting a bunch of praise from his teammates after that 7th inning, but ended up getting the loss on the day in that 2-1 game versus the Palm Springs Power. The turf field, a little bit more scoring, a 13-3 chill win over the Grizzly. I think the big culprit there was Ethan Martini, who hit his 2nd home run. He now leads the league.
Yeah, he's really been raking out there on the turf field. Martini doing a nice job with the bat so far on the young season. Definitely a player to watch as this season continues.
And finally, this 3rd game, the Bombers take the loss to the Canada A's in a close 3-1 game. Bombers had some very good pitching from the likes of Nick Escalera, Jordan Henke, and Sebastian Encarnacion. It was just the 3 walks and 2 hits given up by Escalera in the first. That was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and that's really all it came down to. It was that first inning. As the Bombers pitching locked in, they ended up out-hitting the Canada A's 4-3. 4 errors didn't help, but also didn't really hurt too much either, as none of the errors came to bite them back. So they were able to avoid the 4 errors and skirt around them, but the 3 runs in the first, because of the walks primarily, are really what did them in the end.
Well, that's it for Day 5 of the California Winter League. For Brandon Januska, I'm Evan Patoka. We'll be back tomorrow with another 3-game slate from historic Palm Springs Stadium.